I think we're at a stage where the public broadly knows that the gangs exist, or had existed. I think.
Just for anybody who doesn't know, yes, these are connected to the same trafficking lines that the private investigator in 2009 was trying to warn people about. About a year before, I met the father of my youngest two, who came up here from a prison system down south connected to the catalytic converter chop shops, directly connected to those same trafficking lines. What's been going on here in the abuse with other children that were taken out of their custody, and what's been happening with my children, I don't think people realize the level of abuse that these sickos are doing to our children, who can't talk and tell you the abuse they were going through, who were vaccine injured in 2013 behind our backs. When people start understanding all these things, it might help them to understand some of our anger and silence, mad laughter. Well, listen to the rest of this clip. Anyone listening, my name is Mary, and we're in Augusta, Maine, and I have 4 children here. My youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles, and I'm lucky I survived the murder attempts that are not okay or justified. And some have connected that and gotten confused over the years with these gangs kind of infiltrating different lines or businesses, like priest, clowns, hot, cold, fire and ice, those kind of things. Yeah, so wires can get crossed really easily. Just like anything else, we see people doing bad things they shouldn't within police work, healthcare, doctors. So to not think that's going to happen within some of those lines, and they understand that too, and that sometimes some of their employees or people involved with some of the sideshows, barely connected, loosely tied, it happens. So hopefully the proper authorities can continue to help educate for prevention and treatment, for people to understand these situations. Yeah, they don't like to do that and bring public attention because we can't do anything about it. That's the point, these non-negotiable situations. How many years have we been saying that? They're not pulling over. These are things that put people away for life or death sentence. They're not pulling over, and they're being protected by these activists who get other people going. And those people are getting killed. And it's really sad. This is so freaking sad. Some awareness might help. I mean, I don't know. What are you going to do, really?
The public is largely unaware that they still exist and are still operating. They don't really understand what grooming entails. And they don't understand that the initial gifts and attention and affection very quickly turns to coercion and violence and torture and threats, and some of that violence and torture is really horrific, and the threats in some cases are carried out. That these people are very dangerous. And I think one thing that really goes misunderstood, even by people that are familiar with the topic, is that these aren't grooming gangs. Like their primary purpose is not to groom these girls. They're really organized crime networks for whom the grooming and trafficking of these girls is just one facet of what they do, which is drug smuggling, weapons smuggling, money laundering, fraud, and the grooming is not just sexual. These girls will be groomed into handling weapons and drugs for them. They'll get criminal.
Some people in class are asking, they see this as GB News, GBN News, and they're asking who this is, and it's like Adam Ran. They're just throwing out thanks to a lot of people who are speaking out about things they really don't have to speak out about, but it does help, just the continued awareness and speaking out so people understand just the danger and the threats that lurk behind all the rhetoric that gets mocked And then people just see the posters, not what's behind the curtains, you know? Right. You have any other questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, thank you. You're welcome.